Right now, we are 2 minutes away from the end of the trading day. Romaine Bostick alongside Scarlet Fu. We're counting you down to the closing bell. And here to help take us beyond the bell, it's a global simulcast. We're joined now by Tim Stenovec and Molly Smith, Carol Masser and Alex Seal on assignment today as we welcome our audiences across all of our Bloomberg platforms, television, radio, our partnership with YouTube as a neck-and-neck battle right now, Tim, between NVIDIA and Apple. For market cap dominance.
Yeah, 3
continues
trillion versus
into the close.
2.99999 trillion is the latest that I saw when it came to that battle. But we do still have about a minute before the markets close. So as they say, Molly, anything can happen.
I don't know, Manny. That would be pretty wild if that did not hold on to the next, gosh, what do we have, 30 or so seconds here until the close. But I mean, really, if it still doesn't have AI in the title, I mean, what are you doing? You got to be involved in these kinds of stocks right now. Saw it with NVIDIA, saw it with HPE today. And we talked about how Apple is really just lagging in this game. So it's just going to be a race of who can get out in front of AI the fastest.
I'm looking at the most actively traded stocks by value. So this is the companies with the most money moving through them. NVIDIA has $54 billion worth of shares changing hands today. That is more than 5 times the next most active stock by value, which is Tesla at $9.2 billion. That just gives you a sense of how much money it's sucking up right now.
Yeah, and we talk about also the volume on the shares right now, 47 million shares, biggest volume mover, Hewlett-Packard, but that's more reflection here of the difference in valuations. GameStop also getting a nice bid on the day, up about 19%. Tesla, modest gains on the day after being in the red for a good portion of it. This is one of those days where you do clap and cheer because you are looking at record highs for at least 2 of the major indices. That includes the S&P 500, which is going to close higher by about 63 points or about 1.2%. It takes a while for these numbers to settle, but the Nasdaq Composite also higher by 330 points or roughly 2% on the day. The Nasdaq 100 up about 2% here on the day as well. The Dow Jones Industrial Average higher by 96 points or 0.3%, and the Russell 2000 going to close out the day higher by 1.5% here. But the big drum roll here, guys, is who finished higher on the day in market cap, NVIDIA or Apple?
All right, I'm doing the calculation right now, Romaine.
Well, I'm just looking at my terminal. Right now, NVIDIA edging out at 3.008 billion, Apple at 3.003. We should point out these numbers will shift a little bit as our number crunchers wait for final settlement.
That was trillion, rather, right?
Trillion, thank you.
Perhaps no surprise if you've been following the trade today. Mega cap tech just absolutely dominating today. The S&P 500, though, did see 324 stocks advance, Scarlet, and 177 decline.
And that is why the IMAP, the big pie, is basically all green, because tech, which is the heaviest weighted sector in the S&P 500, is up 2.7% as a group. Your weak links are utilities, consumer staples, and REITs. They are among the smallest sectors within the S&P 500.
All right, let's take a look at, we still got earnings coming at us, guys. I want to talk a little bit about Five Below. Second quarter net sales forecast did miss estimates, those coming out just moments ago. The company sees second quarter net sales 830 to 850 million. Estimates were for 879.5 million. The company sees second quarter earnings per share coming at 57 to 69 cents. That's way below estimates of $1.01, and sees fiscal year net income from 275 million to 297 million dollars. I do want to get to some of the gainers that we have. Oh, and I should say the stock down in the after hours right now.
Ooh, a lot.
Wow, it's taking a real hit because of that fiscal year second quarter EPS, I should say, coming in way below estimates, down double digits right now. Let's get to some of these gainers, though, because we got to start with NVIDIA. Market cap hit $3 trillion today for the first time. Shares just have rallied 147% or so this year, adding about $1.8 trillion as the demand for AI chips used to power AI tasks has just skyrocketed. As Romaine mentioned, it is neck and neck with Apple, but did surpass Apple today. Get this, guys. At the beginning of 2023, it was a company that had a market cap of about $360 billion. It's up more than 750% just in the last 18 months or so. Also, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise.
I got to get me one of these chips now. I feel like it's all the rage, right?
The Blackwell?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that
Get in line, Romaine.
I was going to say.
I mean, why not? It's a hot thing, right?
Yeah, just got to call up Meta or Elon Musk.
The wait list is longer than to get a Birkin bag.
Just call Elon to get one of those.
Yeah. Okay. Which company do I need to call?
XAI is the one I believe that has all the chips. Yeah.
Right.
He'll hook you up. Hey, speaking of AI, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, HPE, hitting an all-time high. Also related to AI, also related to NVIDIA, after the company reported better than expected revenue fueled by sales of servers built for AI. Increased demand and better availability of high-powered semiconductors from NVIDIA led to the increase in AI system sales, according to Antonio Neri in an interview with our Bloomberg News team. Shares higher by 10% on the day today. And then here's one that is related to AI and machine learning, believe it or not.
What's that?
Sweet Green.
Machine learning and AI?
The salad chain, okay?
Are they
12% today.
Okay.
Highest intraday going back to March 2022. The company participated in a fireside chat at the William Blair 44th Annual Growth Stock Conference.
Fireside.
Fireside.
Is there actual fire?
A little warm for a fire.
Okay.
The company discussed
summertime.
urban and suburban stores, machine learning data,
Machine learning.
unit productivity, new store learnings, among other topics.
Oh.
Machine learning when it comes to salad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
knew?
your AI. That's your AI story right
Did
there.
that stock hit a $3 trillion market cap today?
Not today. Not today.
And I'm going to tell you, there wasn't a lot for me to choose from here to go into the decliners today. Really green all over the screen today, but a few of them not so lucky. So let's start with Madrigal Pharma. This is a company that is developing therapies for metabolic steatohepatitis. Sorry, I've kind of matched that a little bit, but it's a liver disease. And these are companies that were falling today after a data abstract from a trial of Eli Lilly and Co.'s experimental GLP-1 drug to treat patients with the disease. So we saw Madrigal fall today. Also 89 Bio Inc. shares down on the day as well. Let's take it over now to Brown-Forman. These are down. These shares also ended the day down.
That's alcohol, Tim.
Yeah, that's right.
I heard.
Doesn't seem like there's an AI story in here, so maybe that's why it's down. But after the alcoholic beverage maker reported revenue for fourth quarter that missed expectations, also missed the forecast for organic net sales for next year. So those shares down today. As well over at Brown-Forman. Last one, let's get over to some fertilizer stocks. These were retreating as Egypt is expected to resume nitrogen output. So then those had been disrupted by natural gas supply shortages. So not looking so good today for CF Industries. Also Mosaic, Nutrien, and Yara International were down during the day.
All right, let's get to some of the big movers here in after hours trading. Lululemon shares up 11% right now. The company reporting earnings for the first quarter, looking at EPS coming in at $2.54 a share. That's a beat. The street on average was looking for $2.39 a share. Revenue came in pretty much in line with estimates at about $2.21 billion. And comp sales overall were up about 7% when you X out the FX effects. Now, that's slightly below what the street was looking for. But here's your guidance. 2Q net revenue, 2.48 to 2.42 billion, 2.4 to 2.42 billion. That looks a little bit light. EPS 2.92 to 2.97. That also looks a little bit light here. Nevertheless, you're seeing the shares rise, and maybe that's on the back of a $1 billion buyback program.
This looks like relief that the numbers for the first quarter were not worse, because they had guided for a 9 to 10% increase in sales, and that's pretty much what they delivered on. And this is a stock that is down 40% this year, so it has the second worst performance in the S&P 500. It's down 36% since its last earnings report, so relief that the first quarter came in as expected. But you're right, that second quarter forecast, both on the top line and the bottom line, disappointing. I'm surprised it's still gaining this much given that forecast.
I think it's fair to say it's a relief. I mean, you mentioned the numbers there, Scarlett, down 40% so far this year. It's been one of my decliners many times throughout the year because of the challenges that it's faced. Plus, you have the executive shakeup in recent weeks that saw the departure of the individual in the C-suite who's responsible for new products there. So a lot of questions about the future of the company, which I'm sure Calvin McDonald will get asked on the earnings call a little later today.
Right, and we did have him saying at least that U.S. consumers are, quote, still spending, but I think that they're being selective of where they spend and what they choose to buy, is what Calvin McDonald said in an interview. Interesting, because if I'm thinking of a U.S. consumer being selective, I don't know that I would think of Lululemon benefiting from that, personally.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, too. I mean, I'm looking, it looks like their inventory came in a little bit under where it was, which is a good thing, at about $1.35 billion. And operating margins also came in above estimates as well. So maybe there is some hope here, particularly for a stock. Let's face it. I mean, last time I checked, as of yesterday, it was the third worst performer in the S&P 500. So that might have a lot to do with the market reaction we're seeing right now. now.
Could be.
I think you guys mentioned this, but the fact that they have talent leaving and they're dealing with increased competition has raised a lot of questions about how it moves forward. I mean, you can limit your selection, you can publish new, not publish, make new leggings in different colors, but how many pairs of Lululemon leggings does any one
What about
person
those
need?
shoes, Scarlett?
They're terrible
You're
looking.
a shoe person.
No.
They also have the,
you looked at them too.
they have
You
the
weren't,
men's,
a buyer.
They have the men's clothes as well.
Yes.
I will say the company has been counted out in the past, and it has come back from challenges in the past. So
Yeah.
we'll see under a different CEO. So
Do you
we'll
wear
see what happens.
Lululemon pants, Tim?
I have a pair. I do
A
not
pair,
wear.
singular.
I have a pair. Yeah. I
Okay.
will say I don't wear them anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
that's telling.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, bearish,
Yeah.
I would
Hey,
say.
I just want to be honest. I'm not saying one thing or the other. You asked me a question.
No, you got yourself in trouble.
You get an honest response. Okay, you know what? I got to leave it there else before I get in any more trouble. That is going to do it for Beyond the Bell. It's our cross-platform coverage of the market close here on Bloomberg TV and Radio, Bloomberg Originals, and YouTube. We're going to see you same time, same place tomorrow.